By finding a middle point in the line, I'm going to change it from a two-dimensional shape. I'm going to give the rock a form. That's one side of the rock, that's the second side of the rock. And with all of these, I can just do the same thing without even thinking about it. Where there is a bend in the rock, you can create a line. You can create a line. If the rock has got a number of bends, you know all of these places are places where you could or should be putting a line. I'll demonstrate again. Everywhere you see a change in the line, in the outline of the rock, you can put in lines. I don't need to practice. It is very, very simple. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm doing it automatically. Now, with a rock, it's above the horizon. You can't see on top of the rock, but you could see underneath a rock. If you go to Zimbabwe, there's a lovely place there called Matopos, and it has a number of natural rocks somehow balancing and sitting on top of each other. One of the benefits of coming out and exploring Africa, you can find some very interesting natural landscapes. All of these I can see underneath the rock because I'm looking up, but I cannot see on top of the rock. I can keep adding as much as I like. It is up to you. But there, I'm sure you can appreciate, are rocks. Inside the rocks, you might see from a distance trees. You might not be able to understand the tree very much, but the basic outline of the tree you would be able to see. Now, I think that will do us for now. What I'm now going to do, I'm going to do the pathway. Oh, no, if we want to look at rocks below the eye level, you will see that we can see now the top of the rock. Rocks don't always follow the same rules because they are placed differently, but the angle of the rock is leaning that way, so we can't see the top of the rock. But most of the rocks, if they are resting below the eye level, we should now be able to see the top of the rock. Doesn't matter how big or how small the rocks are, you should be able to see on top of the rock. You will get, because they are rocks, you will get rocks which fall or are angled differently, so you can't see the top of the rock. But in most cases, or the majority of cases, if you want to convince the examiner that you understand through observation how objects are placed according to the eye level, that most of the rocks below the horizon you will be able to see on top of the rocks. Now, I'm going to do a sand pathway going right up to the horizon. I'm going to do a river which has dried up. The land comes along and it goes in. The land moves in. We are directing the eye to show that the land is moving in to the bottom of the riverbed. So all of these lines are directing us into the river. You will even see that the rocks themselves can be placed moving downwards towards the riverbed. Usually at the bottom of the river you will get a gathering of smaller stones. As we get closer to the riverbed, you will find some bigger rocks, but usually the rocks get smaller. Now, this is in front of this. Just like following the rules of perspective, the bank gets narrower. The bank at the front is wider. As it moves into the distance, the bank of the river also gets narrower. It gets narrower. You may get some tracks or waves from the water, and those waves from the water are also following in an irregular way the rules of perspective, whereby they get narrower as they move in this direction. I think for now there are some of the guidelines for drawing a natural landscape. I would quickly like us to move back to the tree, because the lines of the tree, as I might have showed in the village scene, have a pattern. The bark of the tree moves up the trunk of the tree. The lines at the middle are the widest. As we move around the tree, the lines become closer together. They are also governed by the rules of perspective. Again, you might see that this bark has cracks or lines. Below the horizon, they are still following the same rules, that the lines are going this way. The lines are going this way. As you move closer to the horizon, the lines become straight. As we move above the horizon, the lines start to curve. The further away it is, the lines appear, the curves, the broken arches become more acute. I think for now, that is a good enough guideline for drawing a natural landscape. Good luck. Now,